AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by Rocket Mobile. Don't forget, Rocket Mobile gives you 20 gigabytes of roaming anywhere you are in the EU. Perfect like when you're going on trips like the other day when we were in Italy. So excellent thing to have. Unlimited calls, texts and data for only £16 a month. And you can keep your number. You don't have to change your number. If you want more details, the link is in the description. Get involved right now. Now, it's a big weekend ahead for Arsenal. Listen, we've had a good week. We've had a good past couple of weeks when you look at it overall, but big weekend coming up. Manchester United at the Emirates. We go back to the Emirates after so much time away. And it's huge. Arsenal in the title hunt. And good news on the injury front that, it looks like Calafiori is nearing a return. Also, Hincapié, we could have a full squad of players for the first time probably this season. Now, does that mean that we need to bring anyone in if we've got such a full squad? And that's why Ethan Nwaneri, of course, has gone out. He completed his loan move yesterday to Marseille. I think it's a very good loan move. He's going to be playing under Roberto De Zerbi over there in France. Looks like they're going to need him. I was watching their game yesterday against Liverpool, and from what I watched, what they really need are some defenders. Their defending was dreadful. But it's a good move for him. Roberto De Zerbi teams, they play with the ball, encourages players to get on the ball, take risks. Perfect move for Ethan Nwaneri. Big team in France as well with big crowds, so lots of pressure, and I think it's going to suit him really well. Arsenal getting a 2.5 million loan fee as well, so that's not anything to be sniffed at. No buy option, so that means he'll be coming back at the end of the season, and a very good move for Ethan Nwaneri. He spoke about it yesterday when he landed there, saying that he's really looking forward to playing under Roberto De Zerbi, and he knows this is a good move for his future. And Arsenal, they turned down some Premier League clubs. They rejected Fulham. They rejected West Ham and Bournemouth, who all wanted Ethan Nwaneri on loan. So good luck to him on that loan move, and let's hope we get a better player back. Now, what about this one? Julian Alverez. I mentioned it a few days ago. It's been bubbling up. It's one of those rumours that when you hear it, you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, nah. But a little bit of legitimacy have been put on it now because David Ornstein, he did an interview and he claimed that, yes, Julian Alvarez is on Arsenal's radar. They are interested in signing him. There's even been reports that the Arsenal board have had meetings to discuss the signing of Julian Alvarez. Of course, will be a lot of money. Last season, he was valued at about £150 million. I think that was way overpriced. But I still think he'd be about 110 million. Of course, he was great when he was in the Premier League at Man City. Started off at Atletico very well. He's been a little bit more quieter so far this season, but still a top player. And listen, not a move for January, but one definitely Arsenal might be looking at in the summer. And as I was saying the other day, Arsenal now a very attractive proposition for a lot of these really top players. He's worked under Andrea Berta. Well, it was Andrea Berta who brought him in. Very influential bringing him in to Atletico in the first place. One to watch in the summer. And what would it mean for, maybe a Victor Gyökeres and players like that? Listen, we got to remember that, Gabriel Jesus, was looking like he was going to be on his way out, before the whole Christmas period. And he's really earned himself, a stay in the team. But will Arsenal be keeping him long-term? They are going to be looking at younger targets. And Julian Alvarez is definitely a player of interest for Arsenal. They're also interested, apparently, in this next player, Francesco Pio Esposito. Now, he played the other night, came on for Inter Milan and looked good. I have to say, when he came on, a little bit of a handful for the defenders. They dealt with him, but he looked a lot more livelier than Lautaro Martinez, who was on before him, and he's a top player. There are reports out that Arsenal are showing an interest in the player. He's already had 5 caps for Italy, Esposito, still only 20 years of age. Was on loan at Spezia, but has come back to Inter, and he's playing a big part in their season. Remember, they're top of the league over there in Serie A. Only 20, as I said, a centre forward, and Arsenal interested in him. Now, Inter, if they do sell him, would be looking for a big fee for him. Several Premier League clubs are said to be interested, and there are rumours that Inter rejected a £40 million offer for him back in August last year. So one to keep an eye on. Got a long contract with Inter, but does look a prospect, and Arsenal said to be showing an interest in Esposito. Now, another player that they're said to be interested in is this guy called Rafael Belinho, a 17-year-old Brazilian. As I've been stating right throughout this January period, Arsenal are looking at prospects, are looking at up-and-coming players, and the Mirror claim that Arsenal are tracking the 17-year-old attacker. He's a Brazilian-born player, but actually holds a Croatian passport, plays for Dinamo Zagreb over there in Croatia, and he can play as an attacking midfielder. He can play also on the right wing, and he is garnering a lot of interest from teams right around Europe. And I'm talking about top teams. It's said that Deco from Barcelona already met his representatives. Borussia Dortmund have met his representatives as well. And there's also interest from Arsenal, from Real Madrid, Man United, all of these clubs interested in him. You don't get that sort of interest if you're not a top young player. And Arsenal said to be eyeing Belinho as a possible move. And as I said, I think more than ever, these teams in the Premier League are looking at these young, up-and-coming players who've got a very high ceiling with a prospect of becoming, real big superstars. Get them in early, get them in when, the prices are reasonable. And if it doesn't work, you can still move the player on. I mean, it sounds horrible the way I'm describing this, but you can still move the player on for a profit, or you haven't lost any money. This is how clubs operate. You know what I mean? Whether we like it or not. They're looking at another kid, Iago Machado, of Corinthians, over there in Brazil. Again, another player that is being spoken about as a really, really accomplished player over there in Brazilian football. And he's not even made an appearance yet for the senior team for Corinthians. And already there's a lot of interest in him from various different teams. Arsenal, one of them, is a defender. No formal approach has been made for him yet, but definite interest coming from Arsenal. And remember on yesterday's show, and I think it was the day before, I spoke about how there's interest from Real Madrid for Mikel Arteta. There's interest from Barcelona for Mikel Arteta. But the word apparently has gone out from Arsenal that, listen, forget it. Number one, he's very, very happy at Arsenal. And number two, they are not willing to let Mikel Arteta go. Mikel Arteta, at the moment, is doing a fantastic job that is getting noticed by all the top teams around Europe. I mean, he's top of the Premier League and top of the Champions League without losing a game in that. He's only lost 2 games in the Premier League. A manager like that is going to have big interest from all the highest clubs. So expect this to continue. But at the moment, Arsenal are saying, no, don't even bother. Mikel Arteta is our man. So those are the rumours for today. Don't forget, we're here every single day of the January transfer window. As a matter of fact, it goes right up until the 2nd of February this year. I'm here every day bringing you all the news, and any breaking news we will give you. Brought to you today by Rocket Mobile. Once again, if you want to get yourself onto a new deal, click the link in the description for all of the details. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Travelling to away games has never been easier, especially with Rocket Mobile.
Unlimited data, unlimited everything in the UK. When you leave the UK, it's 20 gig of roaming data. Life is very easy.
£16 a month, no hassle.
How you doing,
mate? You're doing all right? And this is what you get in Europe.
Hello. Tony Ellis!
Come on, mate.
It's a man. You're the man.